Very good day, watchers. Welcome to my film review tonight. Today we're watching a film called, on 4K of course, The Crow. 1994, really good film. It's a film that you watch again, you go, when I first watched it, I didn't appreciate it. I mean, I didn't like, I thought it was a little bit dark and not dark, kind of like dark and depressing, like I thought. And then years later, like 2003, I had it on DVD. I watched it. I watched the special features. And I understood it more. I thought, okay. And I liked it more. And the film was great. What can I say about Bromley in this? He's fantastic. He's like a cold-blooded vengeance, killing people. But then at the same time, he has a big heart. You know, it's like he does it. Bromley does it so well. And it's a damn shame what happened. This would have definitely, catapulted his career right ahead, because he's really good in this. I watched him think, what a damn tragedy what happened to him, really was, because he could have been the Matrix easily. I mean, heck, easily. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Keanu Reeves, but just imagine Brandon as in the Matrix somehow. In that, it would have been incredible. But okay, I'll read the back first. Modern Gothic original that enhanced audience and critics alike comes to 4K. Okay. The Crow tells the story of a young musician brutally murdered alongside his beloved fiancée, and to be risen from the grave by a mysterious crow. Seeking vengeance, he battles a criminal underground that must answer for its crime. This supernatural superhero movie from director Alex Proyas, Dark City. I've seen Dark City for ages. Pretty good film. And was based on the comic book series and stars Brandley in his tragic performance. And yeah, his performance in this is very good. I liked his performance. He has a certain kind of like charisma and likeableness in his, it's just so likeable in this. And when I was doing the film, I remember they had to like have another person replacing this. So playing Eric Driver, so you see him like in certain scenes where you don't see his face. And I watched it. I think I watched it. I watched like certain scenes online. So anyway, so certain scenes like Bradley's actually this another actor, another person, like a body double. At the beginning of the film, I like the scene at the beginning where you see the camera swooping and you can see his fires everywhere, and then you see like the loft, like the building where Eric Shelley gets murdered. The camera goes and you see the copper in it. Ernie Hudson's character from Ghostbusters. He plays like a copper, a likeable copper, of course, good guy, of course. And you see like the bodies of Eric dead, and Shelley, of course, who's still alive in the movie, but then she dies later on. So she doesn't survive, of course. Then you see a young girl called Sarah who's friends with Shella. So anyway, the film fast forwards like a year later. Then he rises from the grave, and the scene that I really liked is the part where he goes into his loft apartment. You see him like putting the makeup on. It's not actually him doing it. It's like it's like a body double they use. And I remember I heard that he used like a face thing, because it's like if you see it online somewhere, it's like a picture of this guy with Bradley's face. It's like a mask. It's like a weird mask thing, and they use that to do the mirror scene to when he's put the makeup on. And this film is quite haunting when you watch it, because of not just because it looks kind of like haunting, look at gothic, dark. it's because of Brandon's is different in the movie. It's like, and you know it happened, and you know what you think. You watch this thing, and the music's great too. It's perfect. The music's great in it. You know the scene where he says it can't rain all the time, and Brandon Lee just says that. So you know, I don't know. It just brings such a great, like, you know, like, I suppose if you have a dark room, you have this bit of light coming in. That's like that's that character, because he's got this like affectionate character who's out for revenge against characters like Tintin and T-Bird. Eric's out for revenge, of course, and he starts like putting makeup on, and then he starts to go after the people that murdered him and his fiance. And of course, the first guy he kills, I thought that was a good scene. That was where he's wearing the jacket. Then he wears the jacket that he wears later on in the film. I didn't even notice that until after when I watched it. I did not notice that until afterwards. I thought, that's this jacket, isn't it? Of course it is. I didn't. You know, when you watch the film, you just don't notice until he starts wearing the jacket. You think. Then he goes, that's where you got the jacket from. I thought, so the scene between him and Tintin, it's like a fight between them two. And I like the part where he starts throwing the knives, and he's like, and then Ronnie's like, Eric's like, you know, dodging the knives, then he just freaking kills him, stabs up, puts bunch of knives into him, and I mean, literally, Eric puts paint on this guy, you know. So I do like the scene where you see when he's touching a certain thing, and he actually starts having these like visions. And I like the part where there's another cool scene where you see the crow. He's actually seen from the crow's view. It's fantastic. But yeah, this film's really good. I really enjoyed it. Great vengeance mover. I remember seeing on was it the DVD or the VHS where it says better than Batman? And I would actually say, at the time, I disagreed, but then when you watch it years later, you think, you know, I like this movie a lot. It's close enough. And like I said, Brandon Lee's fantastic. So you meet there's another villain in it. He's the main leader in it. And I admit he's like quite scary, especially when the guy after when Brandon Lee blows up the pawn shop to get the ring, because he starts telling him where these people are, and then he blows the pawn shop up, and he puts these like rings in the shotgun, blows it up, and that's it, boom. And it's a cool explosion. This film actually uses proper explosions, like no see. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I know that scene where the cop turns up, and it's Hudson's character, Ernie Hudson, and he's talking to Brandley, and he's like, and he knows him straight away. He just knows him. He's like, so yeah. So anyway, so those two meet each other. Ernie Hudson's character, Eric. Of course, later on in the film, they meet again in his apartment, because he touches him, and he starts seeing Ernie's character is actually there when his girlfriend was in hospital as a fiance. And there's like starts to be like trust and respect there, because I think it's a great character. Ernie Hudson's a great copper. He's trustworthy. You do be a few kind of like unlikable characters in this, but there's a lot of like good characters that are likable, like Sarah and the copper and Brandley, Eric. There's one scene where one of the characters gets like run over, and the guy freaking is still going, "Oh, are you alright? Are you alright? Oh, you just crashed into my blooming car. You broke the." It's a kind of a funny scene, because you think this guy gets hit right by a car, right? And he's, you know, it's just freaking. He doesn't care. He just cares about his car. I won't say it's a great looking car. It's just like, so he starts killing a lot of these characters. I like the part where he kills one of these characters by driving the car. Thing explodes, and then the next bit he just sets fire to the ground. Is like you see the crow shape of a crow. They did the same in Daredevil, where there's the flames and the fire, and you see the shape of like a certain symbol. So anyways, he starts killing all the characters. Each character starts dying one by one. But there's one left. I like the part where he goes into this like, it's like a nightclub, and they're all like sitting around this table. I can't remember the other guy. Is it Skag? Is it Skag? Skag. Anyway, I think his character Skag. Something. He talks like he talks like that, and they're all sitting down at the table, and Brandon just comes. Eric comes in, and they'll just shoot him like that. and they're thinking this is too easy, and there's like a mass. I like the part where there's like a big shootout in that room, and then when I first watched, I actually trying to figure out is where's the scene where they actually use, and I actually thought they used CGI for Van Lee in certain parts, like his face and stuff. I thought the effects are pretty good the way they did that. That's how stupid it gets. That's how kind of stupid you are. Yeah, it's just stupid. So, but yeah, I know what they use. Certain parts where you see it's one part. There's a part in the film where you see his face when he starts putting the makeup on. And then the camera goes out and you see Brandon Lee's face. But it's not his face. What is his face? But that to put his face on the fingers count on the body double. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things going off in this film that I enjoyed. Fantastic action, loads of good explosions, violence. The part that kind of made me a little bit, oh boy, here we go, was the porno in the shop when he's sitting there like, talking about this guy right, and next minute he picks up the guy, the main villain, the main leader. I keep forgetting his bloody name. Top Dollar, that's it. Top Dollar. Is it Top Dollar? Long hair, scary looking guy. His voice and everything. He's got a certain intimidation about his character. I'm like, oh. Great actor. He's on Alien Resurrection. Really good actor. He's been in 24 too, which is funny because some of the actors on. Some of the actors on 24 have actually been on The Crow, I think. I know that man's in there. Tony Todd plays like one of like the henchmen. Like he doesn't really. He's just there, but he's kind of like he's got a certain presence about him, especially when Finger's sitting there. Skag, whatever his name was, Skag, whatever. He's sitting there and he just sits on the table right in front of the staring at him like, holy crap. I mean, Tony Todd's a big character, and Candyman is quite terrifying. It's quite scary. But anyway, so he's in this, and he's been in 24, and one of the other actors. So I love the shootout. Like I said, the shootout scene was fantastic. Randy's shooting everyone, getting the sword and going all blade on him. But this film was like 1993, 94. So you think this is like 5 years before Blade and quite 5 years before The Matrix. Well, so 5 or 6 years before The Matrix. A lot of action. So anyway, so he kills the other guy, throws him through the window, and next minute they take. Anyway, the scene where that. So anyway, they figure out that he has a weakness is the Crow. So then they end up taking the girl Sarah, and. Anyway, so she ends up at this like church. Anyway, so they take Sarah. They're in this like church, and of course the Crow's like going, yeah, she's straight away. Eric knows he's at the grave of his fiance. And next week knows he's in trouble. So anyway, they end up they figure out the weakness is the Crow. So anyway, Eric turns up at this church, and of course they end up shooting the Crow, and of course Brandy, Eric's like, what's good, he does it. He's like none the wiser because he thinks he's all right. Anyway, so he ends up getting shot by Top Dollar, and of course then he thinks, oh shit, he's not immortal. So he's like less immortal now. He can actually get shot and killed again. Go through these people because they're part of the old group. So anyway, and the fight scene on the top of the church is awesome. It's really cool. The rain and everything. It's a cool scene actually. I think it's a really good scene. And the part where Eric's like, he's got the upper hand on Eric, and he's talking and saying that you got spirit and stuff. You got spirit, son. And he's about to kill him, and Brandy's like, Eric's like, and it kind of reminds me of the scene from Leon where Finger says that, I'm going to give you something. I don't want it anymore. It kind of reminds me of that scene. This is done like the same kind of year. And that scene was great when he does that, and it gives them all the, what she went through, Shella, and it's such a great scene. And like I say, Brandy is great in this freaking movie. But like I say, it brings a certain affectionate to a vengeance killer. I really do like his performance in this. It's a damn shame. It's just iconic. His performance is pretty much iconic now. The way he looks and stuff. And yeah, I think no one has actually done it better. They did like a Crow TV show, and it was kind of similar to that. It had the music and everything. But I think this film ended the way it should have ended. So yeah, the last part was pretty good, and yeah, I did like the last part. You know, where you see the last part was really, you know, the scene where like it's kind of a sad but touching end is when he's at the his fiance's grave and she turns up as a kind of like Wayne or white ghost, and then yeah, then that's it. She kind of takes him, and that's it. They're kind of back together again. So yeah, it's good seeing that stuff. Didn't really need a sequel to be honest, because the film ends really well. I thought, and I like the part where it says for Eric and was it Ezra? Sorry, his wife, his fiance. There's like a tribute to both of them, like, and yeah, they did, you know, and then I like the part of the music in it because actually the music part then is actually what Brandon Lee chose for the and the director. I think the director didn't want it at first, but then he just put in there after for a tribute to, and it works. It's perfect. The music out there is just right for because it's just like a nice little tribute to him, and I think Brandon Lee would appreciate that. It's a good song actually. It's not a bad song at all. So yeah, it's appropriate for that song. It works. Good performance. So yeah, last part was good. Action, a lot of great scenes, and yeah. So yeah, what I like. Okay, what I didn't like about it, nothing. It's nothing. I mean, I would have said if it was years and years ago, I said it's a bit darker, depressed, but it's no, there's nothing really I disliked about this movie. I like the performance. I was trying to figure out a rating to give it because it's a difficult one. So yeah, I really liked it. Good performance. Brandon Lee is excellent in this. He does shine in this movie. He really shines in, and like I said, it's a damn shame that he could have went up to more things, more a lot of stuff that he could have done later on. But in this, he was his performance definitely shines and his affectionate too for the character. You know, it's not just a killer and stuff like. Yeah, like I said, his performance is great. And I just like his performance in this very much and excellent. Everyone else in this movie is great, and so yeah, the villains are great. I do like the villains in this. The main villain, great. A lot of action, good. I like the way they like finish the movie off. If you watch the movie, you think you can't tell what scenes are actually is not. But I couldn't when I first watched it. I was like, so what scenes is he not in? And then when they do it, you think, that's clever. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I'll tell you what scene that he's not in is the part where Sarah goes into the loft and she's looking around. It's not there. The cat's there, and she says. Then she walks away, and then Brandy's like standing in the window, and it's like not Brandy. Eric is standing in the window. There's like light coming in, and that's not Brandy either. That's one scene. The makeup part, that's not Brandy. Yeah, it's a shame when you watch it, but at the same time, they did a good job. An excellent job, our team, and I was like, it's very impressive the way they did that. So yeah, I think it was the first time they used effects and stuff. I don't know, maybe they did it in that Bruce Lee movie, but it was terrible. It was like it looked like a bloody thing going on. It was weird. So yeah, so I like the acting, the action, the music, and everything about the film. Brandon Lee's fantastic, and yeah, a good comic book film, and yeah, it's really well done, and it's never been better since, I'll say, as in The Crow. So the rating I'm going to give this film is, I was thinking a 4, but I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 because I like it. And Brandon Lee is excellent in this, so yeah. Also, 4.5 out of 5 for The Crow. Awesome. So before I go, subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take a look at yourself, enjoy my video. And so thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe. Thank you very much.